Hi, people. It's me, Stacy Hazlitt. I'm here again. Been gone for a while. Hasn't been much to talk about, but I'm going to let you know a few things that happened this weekend. Uh, One important thing is this will be a little bit longer video. I got set up to where I can do some longer videos besides my 15-minute ones. Uh, there's going to be more things coming in the future. I'm going to have more witnesses on here, and like I did with Jack in the last video, and Jack will be on more of the videos. uh, Probably my daughter and Johnny, Matt, and Michelle. I got a few people that are going to be on here, I believe, and they're going to tell you a few things, and it's going to be a lot better than it has been. What I got to tell you about today is this weekend out to my house. When I went out there, as usual, I always hear my foot's in there. They're always, if they're around, I hear them. And I did hear them a little bit when I first got there. I got in the driveway, I had to unlock my gate. I'm listening, I'm hearing them. I didn't think too much more than that because sometimes I do and I still don't hear from them. But I did hear from them and got up to the house, and it was like Saturday night, I think it was, that I had the little dogs with me, and we get some door knocks. Now there's nobody out there in my property. We got things knocking on the door. Well, the dogs went nuts about twice over this. I could hear the door knock, but the dogs took off, and that's what happened. They went going crazy over the doors. I had to go open up doors, go out and look, see nobody here, and show the dogs that was all going on. Then that evening, I'm laying there probably 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm watching TV, and something told me somebody's in there. Somebody was in the room with me. I don't get this kind of thing. This sense of things being around me, I don't get that. Never happened before. I know when they're around me, but this was different. So I just turned my head, looked to the side of the bed, and there's an image there. I can't tell what it is. It was just an image of somebody standing there. It wasn't huge, 6, 7 foot maybe. It wasn't out all big, huge thing, but it was something in my room. So I just went back, watched TV, and didn't think no more about it. I just let it go. So the next thing I got going on is uh, I had a door rattle. They were at the screen door at the back. At the back. Oh, here's the other thing. The image of the people was in there. My dogs did not go off. My little one, my little male, he senses everything. He's the one that used to watch the orbs in the house when in the daytime you couldn't see them. He would watch them and he'd follow them around. Anyway, he's real sensitive, and he didn't pick up on this. But wham, I looked and I seen it. So dogs were asleep and they didn't wake up to it. That kind of astounded me. So I really don't know. The foots are usually the ones that are there. I don't know if that could have been the dog man. I don't know. Because the dog men are out there, just like me and Jack talked about on the last video. And I noticed on the last video I didn't get a big response. I didn't get a lot of comments or nothing else. In case you people do not like me talking about the dog man, uh, I can't help that. This is what's going on. Uh, if you watch the videos on some of them from Donovan Dread or something like that, has a lot of people talking from the forestry department or national forest range or forest uh, forest rangers, I guess they are. They A lot of them have come forth talking about their views of the dog man, what they've seen, telling things they know they shouldn't be telling. he's not the only one. There's other people on there also talking about the forest people, forest rangers that talk about these things going on, and they're all talking a lot about the Dog Man. It hasn't come out like the Bigfoot. Bigfoot come out big when big show come on TV, Finding Bigfoot. Yeah, everybody's into Bigfoot then. There hadn't been no shows come on TV about, hey, let's find the Dog Man. No, the Dog Man's out there. There's a lot of scary stories about him. I don't know what they're doing at my place. I'm not sure. I know they've done didn't do anything cause any harm, but they have let me know they're there many a time. And the puppy whine is the one that got me the last time. They sit out there and they whine. They'd be over on one side of my property whining. Then they'd be over here on this side of the property whining like a little puppy. A puppy can't go across my property that quick. It just ain't happening. So that's happened a couple of times, but the last time was really pretty intense. I didn't hear any puppy whine this weekend. I was outside a little more than usual this weekend. I didn't hear any puppy whines. But the things in the house going on, that got to me. Uh, there was something else that happened too. I'm trying to remember. So I know I should take notes on all this stuff because I can't remember half of it half the time. But these are factual things that I go through, and I don't know if it was the Foots in my house, or I don't know if it was the Dog Man in my house. Maybe both. I don't know. I don't know if they're getting along. I don't know exactly what's going on. If it was a Foot there, it was one of the newer ones that doesn't normally come around because some of the things that they did was kind of like what the Foots do when they're there. But the door rattling thing has never happened. And I talked to Jack about it, and Jack said the Dog Man rattles doors. They will get the doorknobs and rattle them. So, okay. So I'm still trying to figure this one out. It's getting complicated somewhat, but I'm getting there. If I can communicate with them, I will. I don't know where that's going to go, but I will try that. I did call out, oh, before I left. Okay, this is what I wanted to tell you. If you look back at one of my videos, I talked about when I was at Black Bear Inn and Suites, and we was there at the motel, and we was walking out in front of the motel, and Sharon heard something in this little alleyway. There was a little vet, like a little flower arrangement thing they have over there, and it sets back. So as we was walking by, Sharon heard the sound. And she said, "Stop!" And she has listened, and we listened, and I heard it, and she heard it. So I walked over, and I noticed something there wanting to communicate. So when I went over to talk, there was a flower going up and around in circles, going like this, just spinning around in circles. Big, tall flower. It was just going around in circles. So they was letting me know they was there. Well, at that point in time, I thought that was some of my clan that went down with me, or some of the clan from around Lebanon over there. I thought it was my other clan. Later, I found out that riding on the trolley thing they have down there, I talked to a guy that works on that trolley thing, and he told me. I asked him. I said, I always pass my cards out. And he says, well, the next mountain over, right here from Gatlinburg, the next mountain over, there's a clan of Bigfoot that people knew about. He knew about it. I don't know how many people knew about it from Gatlinburg, but he knew about it. Well, now I'm realizing that clan was making an introduction to me. I didn't realize it. I was some of my own people from here in Ohio. So anyway, it wasn't. So we have another batch of first people down there in right there by Gatlinburg. So anyway, that little flower spinning around. When I got out to lock the gate at the shop or at the house when I got ready to leave, I stopped and I turned around and I said, "Hey guys, I'm leaving." You know, I always talk to them because I know they were there, so I talk to them before I leave. And over here, there's a flower spinning around, spinning all around. So I don't know if that was the Foots. I think it might have been, but I'm not sure. I just I keep guessing at this stuff. I'm really not the best guesser in the world, but I guess at this stuff. But I do have a lot of things to go from. But anyway, that's what happened this weekend. It's my first weekend that they showed up doing anything. Yeah, I mean since the winter, early winter months, I guess. Usually in November is when they disappear. Sometime around November, then they show back up. Whatever time, I don't know. Whatever. There's no set time for them to show up. They just show up when they show up. I mean, they got lives of their own. They got more important things to do besides deal with me. So anyway, that's the latest with them. I haven't got much going on other than that, except to let you know that these videos are going to become uh, longer. I'm going to start doing, like I say, I'm going to have witnesses and I'm going to get some testimonies from some people. And everybody that will be on my channel on this program here will be subject to a polygraph test if anybody requires it. Anybody on my show, me, anybody. Anybody says anything, you don't believe them, put a test up. You'll have to do it. It's still going to be on my show. They have to agree to this. Jack, Jack already has. He's agreed to it. And I don't know when I'm going to get Sharon back on here. She's still dealing with her things from the Bible and what's been said in the Bible, which is really kind of funny. All the things I come up with about when Trump first went into office is when this thing come up in my head, come out of my mouth when I was at Matt's house. Told him and his wife, this is all come on mouth right in front of his wife, so she remembers more of it than I do. She's reminded me of stuff that I don't even remember. I'm gonna try to get him and her on here. But I called us out years ago of what's happening right now, and this is went on all my life, and I haven't even realized it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have witnesses and stuff on here, but I'm going to do videos, continual videos from the time this thing all started. I'm going to do a long video and try to tell the whole story of how the Foots come into our lives and what's going on. And I'll try to go back to the point where, like, it started with me. It started with me at birth, I guess. Uh, Guanine leporitis, he told me his story, how he was born into this. And I'm listening to him, and he's telling me all the stuff that and then later, after talking to him, I'm realizing I did a lot of this when I was a kid. But I never told nobody about it, never nothing about it. It was just normal me, you know. So what happened was, after talking to him, I really realized what's going on. I told you about the one woman next door to my shop come telling me that, hey, you have a gift. Well, I don't know about that, but anyway, at 68 years old, she tells me I have a gift. Okay, so then I have to think back what's going on all my life, everything. And I said, yeah, there is some. I do know some things that I should know before they happen, but I do know. But that was my normal. I didn't look at it as a gift. That's my normal. I'm just being me, and now I wouldn't do that because that's not going to work. I tell people or something, you know, this ain't happening, and just little things. 27 years ago, I called out. That was about 20 years ago. I called out the fact that this country is going to go lawless. That just stopped and come out of my mouth. No conversation of it. So guess what? We done went through lawless. Countries went in bad shape. It's went lawless, and really ain't got no better in a lot of ways. It's getting there though. Anyway, the other thing that I've called out Well, coming out of the shower, I've mentioned this before, but I'll tell you again. I come out of my shower, walk across the living room, and I looked at Sharon and I says, you know, we're going to be Canada. I have no idea what the hell that means. But it come out of my mouth like the other things come out of my mouth that happened. That come out of my mouth, and I'm sure it's going to happen, but I don't know how. I scratched my head like, are we going to go to war? I couldn't figure out what's going on. And it's like one of the things that come out of my mouth when I was talking to Matt and Michelle, his wife. One of the things coming out of my mouth, I was talking about all the things that was happening with the tribunals and executions and all the stuff that's coming out of my mouth. One thing came out of my mouth at the time about they're going to use the RICO Act on these people in the government. Well, I've been a biker all my life, and I know what the RICO Act is. It's something you don't mess with. And it's basically a design for taking out the mafia and stuff like that where they can really pin them down. Well, they're using it on bikers as well. I've had a few friends went down with the RICO Act. Anyway, as I'm stating, this is how it works. I'm stating they're going to use the RICO Act to take these people down. And the first thing that hits my brain, my thoughts was, what are you saying, fool? How they use a RICO Act on these politicians? They're not bikers, they're not gangsters. How can they do that? That was in my thoughts. Not what comes out of my mouth. These are two different things. Things that come out of my mouth are not in my thoughts. So, thinking about that, well, come to find out later, Donald Trump at one point in time tried to file suit on Hillary Clinton using the RICO Act, and come to find out now, some of the stuff going on in the government, they are using the RICO Act to get some of these politicians that are corrupt and stuff like that and doing that. So the RICO Act came out of my mouth long before anybody started using it. But it didn't make sense to me. That's the part. When these things coming out of my mouth, they're not out of my thoughts. It's just, blah, here it is. So the reason I'm emphasizing this is many things I've said like this, it all happens. I just want some credibility because something might come up that I will say that could be important to everybody. That was kind of important to everybody, but nobody's going to listen to it. You know, just some guy that don't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay, well, if I get a good track record going and I can call out a few more things when it comes out, you know, it's not me calling it out. It's just something that comes to me. So I'm here trying to help people as best I can. I'm trying to help the Foots get their place where they belong. Uh, like I said, they are coming out. This is what they want to do. They want to come out, be free, just like the bears in Gatlinburg. They run the streets. The Foots won't be able to go where they want without having being harassed, and shot, and all this kind of stuff going on. They got to establish themselves as being a human and having good sense. Just terrible appearance, you know. But I know some ugly people too. But above and beyond that, uh, this is what they want, and this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to get the Foots out to where they belong, and that's why they want to be known as the first people. That's why I went through this big thing. Like I said, 2 weeks I had turmoil in my head. What do they want? You know, they're letting me know. See, I get thoughts from them. They don't come talk to me. I get their thoughts. This is where it's different with me. They give me their thoughts of what they want or what they got in mind or whatever, and that one got me. I had to figure out what I'm going to do about it because they're not the Foots. They're the first people. They don't want to be called Bigfoot. They don't want to be called Sasquatch. I've said this before in my other videos. They're adamant about this. And the only reason this came up at this time, and I've known this for a long time, but I never pushed it. So they made me push it. And they made me push it for one reason. Because I think they're getting ready to make a move to come out. That's what this is all about. Uh, I'm not sure about that, about when it can be. I don't know. I just know that's the intent of what they said when they're trying to get this straightened out. They want to be known as the first people, which when I first encountered them at my place, when they first come around to my house, they left a lot of signs that they was there. And then one night they finally come out. They come to my right by my back door, and they're in the bush. And I go out and I'm saying, "Hi guys, I know you're here and I'm talking to you. What's up?" You know, that's just how I talk to them. And what I told them was, "You guys are welcome here anytime you want to be. This is your land." And this is something that I knew was in my head, that they were here, the first people. They were here before all of us. This is their world. We just run a space in it. But this belongs to them. And that's exactly what I told them. And we come to a good understanding from that. So they're the first people. They own the world as far as I'm concerned. They were here long before us. So if you can lay claim to anything through birthright, I guess that's the way to do it. So anyway, I got more coming. Uh, like I say, I'm going to try to get my daughter on here to talk about her little experience out the house with me. Uh, I'm going to try to get Sharon on here, but she's not ready. She's still doing her thing with looking up the Bible thing and comparing it. What flipped me out about that, a lot of things I've told Sharon, uh, things that I know about the Foots, it's in the Bible. She goes through this stuff and she says, well, that ties to that. So she knows what I'm saying is basically part of the Bible. I've never read the Bible and I don't know that much about it. But she's kind of tied things together with that kind of flipped me out. But anyway, I'm looking forward to making out some long videos. I want to tell the whole story. We'll try to do it on here. People used to talk to me about writing a book. I'm going to show you the book I started writing. I'll hold it up, show you all the pages I started writing. Like I said, it just don't happen. I have a bunch of things that the Foots have had their hands on. I showed everybody the two rocks. I lost one, but I showed everybody the two rocks. They sat right on my counter while we were in the house. They weren't in the house. They just put it on the counter. This is the telepathic, or whatever you want to call it, telekinesis, something where they move stuff. I don't know. But anyway, they did do that. And what other things is there? Oh, uh, I talked to Lanita one day about her and her Foots, Lanita Bryant. And I asked her, I says, ask your Foots if they know who I am. And she got a positive answer out of them. When she got to talk to them, she did get a positive answer out of them. So uh, I must have a little influence with what's going on, and they must know who I am, which is very good. And like I say, I got greeted down there in Tennessee at the motel down there with the little spinning flower. So they know I'm down there. So this is all good. This is all good. Uh, I'm just trying my best to get everything together for them where we can deal with them. Because I'm telling you what, I don't want them on our bad side. The dog man, I don't want him on our bad side. If they're coming to me to warm up to me, to get on the same status with me as the dog man is, or the first people are, the dog man and me can communicate somewhat too. Maybe I can help them settle into where people leave them alone. They'll leave people alone. They are finicky. They don't like to be messed with. So anyway, this is my first longer video, and I hope you guys like, subscribe, and do all these things that everybody talks about. I've never pushed that before, but yeah, that'd be good to do. And send me comments. I didn't get hardly any comments in my last video because it was about food for the dog man. Well, that's what that video was all about. Cherokee Indians down there told me they had to describe to me a dog man because they didn't know what it was. They two residents down there are being approached by, at least the dog man is letting them know they're there, and they don't like it. They don't like the looks of them. They don't like them, and they're kind of scary. And they didn't even know what they were dealing with until I told them. And that's why I went back down. And when I got down there and seen all those elk running loose, well, that's what I knew. They're eating. You go up in them woods up there, you'll find some dead elk ate up somewhere. I'm positive of that. So anyway, that's what I'm doing for now, and I will get back with you as soon as possible. On one other thing, somebody asked me about Skinwalker, and I don't know about them. I don't know. They're spiritual. Of course, my foots are spiritual. That's how they deal with me now. They don't. I very felt never hardly ever see them anymore. They come around and everything's spiritual between me and them. They don't have to impress me with showing me they're here or nothing else. I know we have a relationship, and that's what it is. So, and they don't really want to come around my property too much because people know where I live. So we'll see how that goes. Right now, I think the only one I got coming around my property is the dog man. I have to wait and see what happens with that too. I'm really curious and the wildlife I lead. I keep doing it until something happens to me or you don't see me up no more. Something happened. That's all I know. But yeah, let me go back to one more time about the skinwalker. I do not know about the skinwalker. Spiritual, I don't know. That's in. I've never laid eyes on a skinwalker. One other thing too, I wanted to get with you about. Uh, for some reason, it's kind of like when I moved out to my property. I had no intention. I'm a city boy. I lived in the cities all my life, ride motorcycles everywhere, and I live in the cities. I'm not. I don't fish, don't hunt. I still don't. I live. I have 45 acres out there. I don't do nothing on, except go out there and visit and see my friends. But I was driven to go out there and stay. I was driven to go move out there. I sold my house and everything just to go out there. And all it amounted to is the Foots are out there. And that's what they all had planned. This goes back to my childhood. It comes all the way up. A lot of different things they've done to get me to where I am today with them. They've been doing for years. And it takes me a long time to figure these things out as to why I did them. So I'll go through the videos. I'm going to start maybe with chapter 1 and tell as much as I can on the video now. Maybe go to the next chapter or something. But it won't be these little 15-minute segments where everybody walks in and they don't know what I'm talking about because they've never seen the videos before. I got over 100 videos on there that if you don't go back to the beginning, you don't catch what all's going on. The biggest thing in all my videos is my dog. I don't know how many of you ever seen him, but he's a good dog. He performs pretty good. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here, and I thank you very much for sticking with me, and hopefully get more people out here because what I'm saying is all the truth, man. Polygraph me. That's all I can tell you. Polygraph anybody as a witness on my program here. Uh, Nobody gonna lie to you. You know, like I told everybody before, you caught lying, you're an asshole, and I won't put myself in that position. So, think I'm crazy? That's fine. I don't care, but I won't be an asshole. So, y'all stay out of trouble, be good, and hopefully we'll get more viewers, and I can get this word out a little bit better, and we'll see what happens. See you later. Bye. Thank you.